But let's talk about the Cleveland Browns, our second favorite team on this show.
Our adopted home team.
Yeah, Cleveland Browns are entering the 2026 campaign completely transformed after an offseason coaching shakeup and massive roster turnover, with new head coach and offensive coordinator Todd Monken and defensive coordinator Mike Ruttenberg instilling brand new systems. Training camp has been defined by fierce depth chart battles and looming post-Myles Garrett reality. The undeniable main event of Browns camp is an open, volatile battle for the Week 1 starting quarterback spot. Veteran Deshaun Watson is fighting to hold off second-year quarterback Shedeur Sanders, while Dillon Gabriel and rookie Taylor Green loom on the depth chart. Coach Todd Monken executed a surprise quarterback switcheroo by awarding Watson all the first-team reps in recent team drills, responding to Watson's sudden surge when he looked highly comfortable throwing deep touchdowns to Jerry Jeudy and rookie Isaiah Bond. Monken has listed Sanders and Watson as co-starters on the unofficial depth chart and intends to start Watson in one of the first two preseason games and Sanders in the other to make his final decision. Me and nephew found out on the way over here, it'll be Watson in game 1 and Sanders in game 2.
Yeah, I saw that.
Is the Shedeur Sanders, Deshaun Watson quarterback controversy legitimate, or is it simply a formality delaying a clear inevitability? What say the people's champ?
I mean, I think it's what's the phrase I want to look for? I think this is more so financial due diligence.
Because he
happening on the football field.
Such a large amount of money.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
And then once
that's a good observation.
And then once it kind of plays out on the field in regards to Deshaun, that the juice isn't worth the squeeze,
sure,
then we'll see Shedeur.
Yep. I think it's legitimate because of the temptation of Deshaun Watson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Remembering what once was and believing that if you can unlock that potential, it's certainly endless. But I wrote this analogy. Deshaun Watson at this point is that one chick, at your high school reunion that you used to have a crush on, but she never gave you no rhythm. And you come to the class reunion, she's still nice looking, but not as nice looking. She's still, but she's your high school crush, and she's still serviceable. So, and most importantly, she giving you the nice body language, you know what I'm saying? She might be interested, and you wouldn't mind seeing what's going on. Y'all start talking. She got a bunch of baggage, bunch of trauma, bunch of baby daddies, and you realize that what you thought, she looked kind of good, but it's not the same, and it's time to move on. That's Deshaun Watson right now, dog. And Todd Monken think it's high school, but it's the high school reunion.
Oh, that's rough.
And Deshaun is the high school reunion version of Deshaun Watson. He is not the second team All-Pro no more. That was high school Deshaun Watson. This high school reunion Deshaun Watson. And that's but that is the temptation.
Not older and wiser.
No. Older and traumatized.
Oh.
With 4 baby daddies.
Oh.
And 4 kids by 4 different baby daddies. No disrespect if you got 4 kids and 4 different baby daddies, but I'm just saying, like, you just ain't the same as you was in high school.
A cautionary tale.
Exactly. And just the numbers through 12 days of training camp so far. Shedeur, 173 of 247, 70%, 12 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Deshaun Watson, 175 for 270, 64.8%, 19 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Dillon Gabriel, 73 of 117, 62.4% completion percentage, 6 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. So, I mean, Shedeur is still higher completion percentage, fewer interceptions, and less reps with the ones, by the way. So, I mean,
Is he still holding on to that damn ball for too long? Is the ball coming out? I mean, that's what's going to hurt Shedeur.
Yeah, that's true.
Hold on to that damn ball.
That's true. I think that once he gets more comfortable in Todd Monken's system and can make the reads quicker, I think that he'll, I agree with you. I think he will emerge.
Yeah, I just want him
as
to just
QB1.
one of the coaches to just be like, all right, kid, you're the guy. Don't look over to the sideline when you F up.
Right.
Unless you want to know what the next play is, but you're our guy out here.
Right.
I wonder, how he looks once that, proverbial monkey's off his back.
Yep.
Or when that day comes, I should say.
What you got?
It may not be in Cleveland.
I have to agree with Lance on this, and that this is just them doing due diligence on their investment. Because at this point, you've sunk so much money into the Deshaun Watson experience,
crazy,
that you have to try to get something out of it at this.
Yeah, word.
And this is going to go into your next question. I feel like at the end of the day, when week 1 rolls around, Deshaun Watson will be the starting quarterback.
Okay.
Will he have deserved it? And this is not anything I'm talking about from his play strictly from what we've seen at training camp. Because there's been some ups, but there's also been some downs. Like I seen a horrible hospital ball today.
Right.
And so I also want to say that if and when Shedeur do take over and he finally has, like Lance was saying, that proverbial monkey on that back, if it don't look the way we want it to look, and I'm just saying we as football fans as a whole.
Yeah, no doubt.
I think people going to have to come to the realization and accept the fact that, he might just not have it at this level.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, that's true. I agree with that. I mean, not that Cleveland hasn't necessarily been an incubator for quarterbacks.
And I'm not trying to pass judgment on somebody after 2 years.
No doubt.
I think what some people expect out of Shedeur, again, perception versus reality.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's just the perception is so far away from what the reality might be.
Yeah. I mean, no, I think that in Cleveland, if he could take the field and look serviceable because I mean, let's be real. Cleveland, it ain't like they got a squad. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't have a bunch of weapons and, it ain't the Rams. You know what I'm saying? He ain't going to be out there throwing the Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams with Kyron Williams in the backfield and Blake Corum and Alaric Jackson at left tackle. Like, they got a rookie Isaiah Bond. They got, Jerry Jeudy, who is they probably number 2s in the NFL at wide receiver. Is Njoku still there at tight end?
No, he gone.
Yeah, he gone. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think they got the one young kid at tight end. He looked pretty good last year.
With Fanning?
Yeah, there you go. Yep, they got Fanning at tight. You know what I'm saying? So, like, they got a couple of pieces. So, I'm like, if he took the field and looked serviceable, and again, I don't know what they did
Fanning
with the offense.
Looks like a player, by the way.
Yeah, he did. He looked real nice last year. And I don't know what they did at running back. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think Andrew Berry actually did a pretty good job on the defensive side of the ball, which he always pretty much does. But, they like antithetical to the Lions. Like, the Lions always take care of the offensive side of the ball. Cleveland always take care of the defensive side of the ball. They got great players on. They got Grant Delpit. They got Denzel Ward. They got, they got the kid from Michigan. They even when they traded Miles Garrett. Yeah, they got Jared Verse back. So, like they seem to do a good job on the defensive side of the ball. But the offensive side of the ball is, it's hit and miss. So,
and I don't want what I'm saying to be taken as I think Shedeur is going to bust.
No. I know what you're saying, though.
I think, for me, I feel like Shedeur's ceiling right now, and this can change. He can change it over the course of the year, but I feel like if I was to look at the situation right now, I feel like Shedeur's ceiling feels like back half Geno Smith.
Okay.
Back half of Geno Smith's career, where like the front half looked bad for Geno, but the back half, there's quarterbacks you would not. you would take Geno Smith over a lot of other quarterback options. If you
like
had to make
Seahawks,
a
Geno Smith.
yeah. Like that's where right now. That's what I see Shedeur Sanders as.
Yeah, I mean that's actually not bad. You know, like I don't know. It's
Geno
hard.
was able to get a bag.
He was
able to get a bag. I'll give him that.
It's hard for me to. I can't even really make an assessment yet.
Yeah,
because I haven't seen what I would consider to be a real. You know what I'm saying? Like
sampling.
Yeah, like I can't say yet because you know, like the Kevin Stefanski relationship was odd.
Yeah.
And you can't really tell what type of opportunity that was, you know. And then I agree. I'm like, I don't know. And I'm getting ready to get into some of the Todd Monken stuff because, you know, my next question was going to be, can we trust Todd Monken to make the decision? You know what I'm saying? So Monken is known as a blunt, loud, and intense coach who can lose his temper when execution slips. He famously admitted to being emotionally hijacked, unquote, during training camp with the Cleveland Browns, throwing his radio against the wall out of frustration over pre-snap penalties. Critics and reports from his time as the Baltimore Ravens offensive coordinator noted a tendency to abandon established weekly game plans mid-game. A prime example was the 2023 AFC Championship game where his offense infamously strayed from their highly successful run-first identity. In light of his old school approach and inconsistent past behavior, do you believe that Todd Monken can be trusted to make the right decision with respect to who should be the starting quarterback? What say the people's champ?
No. No.
Yeah, I mean,
not at all. No.
Yep. I mean, and that's kind of where we were at. I'm like, you know, I don't know. First of all, I'm on record saying that I didn't think Todd Monken was a good OC at Baltimore. I said that even before he got the job at Cleveland.
I mean, we talked about it ad nauseum last season.
Yeah, I'm like, I never thought of him as a really good offensive coordinator. So I'm not sure. Like when I was surprised when I saw that Cleveland. Well, no, I know I wasn't.
It's Cleveland, bro.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised when I saw Cleveland hired him. I thought it was an interesting choice.
There you go.
Let me say, I thought it was an interesting choice when I saw that Cleveland hired him.
WTF selection, so to speak.
You know, and then Todd Monken has been in coaching for 35 years. I mean, he's not some young kid. And yes, I mean, in the 2023 AFC Championship game, and I felt like he skirted a lot of the blame for that. They ran the ball 4 times in the first half. They had the number 1 rush offense. I mean, like his game plan, I don't know what he was doing. He was trying to put Lamar Jackson into a quarterback duel with Patrick Mahomes.
He was monking around.
Right. Yes, I mean, of course, John Harbaugh is the head coach. You go over there and slap the call sheet out of his hand halfway through the first quarter and say, what exactly is this that we doing? You trying to have a quarterback duel with Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes? No. No, we run the ball. We gonna state our identity. That's what brought us here. But so yeah, I mean, I'm not I don't know, man. Yeah, the Todd Monken thing. I kind of agree with you. I don't really trust him as a head coach. And I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm afraid that he's not gonna be successful in Cleveland.
Nah.